Welcome to another video by Mr. K from the Congo. All right, so let's do this thing. So what we're doing today is a polynomial behavior. Polynomials behavior. What does that even mean? Well, check this out. We're going to dive into trying to understand how to read these graphs, right? How to come up with graphs. So if I give you three factors, you see these factors for number one, you have 1, 2, 3, right? So we talked about how to identify the roots, right? So the first one would be -2. You read it right here, -2, just the opposite. The second one is, since it's -1, you're going to write +1. The third one, since it's -3, you're going to write +3. So just the opposite. No big deal, just the opposite. So it seems like you already have identified the three x-intercept. So the number in the very front, this number right here, right? It's a 1. So that is your A. Your A is 1, right? So let's go right here. We're going to talk about it. So the A, it's 1, right? And I'm trying to figure out what would be the exponents that goes right above right there. So if I were to multiply all of these numbers, remember how we did in class, like last class, I gave you the 2. You multiply the first 2, like the x plus 2 here, then the x minus 1 here. You multiply, you did all that work, blah, 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 blah. Your answer, the first one came out to be like with the exponent of cube. This right here, if you multiply all 3, your exponent will be 3. But how did I get that? You can also just look at this way. The exponent for the first factor is 1. The exponent for the second factor is 2. The exponent for the third factor is 3. So if you add 1 plus 1 plus 1, you get 3. So that's what I have, the 3 right here. All right, now, what did we do? So with all these numbers, I want to tell you that when you're graphing it, we know that it will cross at -2. But really, you look right here, when the exponent is 1, it will cross. It will crosses when the exponent is 1. So we're going to write cross right here when you're graphing it. The exponent is 1 for this one as well. It's going to cross at +1. For the third factor, the exponent is 1 as well. It will cross as well. Tangent only means parabola. Tangent is the same thing as parabola, right? Meaning the U looking shape. That would only happen if the exponent is 2. If I had any of them with the exponent is 2, we would have a U looking shape. Here's my favorite one, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. The wiggle is is when the exponent is 3. Then you have a wiggle. You're probably wondering, what does that even mean, Ms. Kabongo? You doing too much. No, I'm not doing too much. Trust me. All right. So when we have 3, right? 3 is odd. So when you have an odd exponent, right? If y'all don't mind writing that right here, when you have an odd exponent, your graph will either look like started from the bottom. Now we here, right? Remember that? Or your graph will be, so we'll start from the bottom. Now we here when A is positive. When A is negative, start from the top. Then you go down. All right. So in this case, A is positive, started from the bottom. Now we're here. That means that we started from the bottom. Now we're here. Opposite direction, right? All right, cool. Let's now graph it. I know you guys can just put this whole thing on Desmos and give you the graph. I get that. I'm sure some of you are going to say, Ms. Go, just plug it in. Good. But what if Desmo goes down, right? So we really need to know. Let's get the idea, right? So what's the lowest negative? -2. Let's graph it. 1, 2, plot -2. Check. +1. Check. +3. Check. 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 All right. So we said that we're going to start from the bottom and it's going to cross at -2. Started from the bottom, cross. That means really like go through it, go through the -2. I sure did. All right, when you go, just turn. It doesn't have to be precise. Turn, come down, cross at 1. Choop. Done that. Go down, and then somewhere turn and go cross at 3. Choop. Done deal. There goes your graph. All right. Doesn't look so perfect, but we're getting the idea here, right? It's all about the thinking process. All right, let's do number 2. Number 2, same deal. So first, identify your x-intercept. This would be -2, -2, +2, +2, -6, -6. Cool. All right, what do we do next? Look at the exponent. So this is 1. When it's 1, you're doing cross. All right, this is 2. When it's 2, now we're dealing with the tangent. Tangent will be the parabola, like the U shape. All right, for the 6, this is 1, so we're crossing, cross. All right, now, like, so let's say I'm ready to graph. I'm ready to graph this thing. Let's go ahead and put this. So -2 is, well, I need to do -6 first. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Down here, check. All right, -1, -2, right here, check. Make sure I put the points on them. And +2, +1, +2. All right, check, check, check. All right, so you're going to ask yourself, do you know where to start? Nope. I don't even know where to start. My graph going to start from the top or bottom? No, I don't know. So here's what you're going to do. So the A value, it's 1. So you go right here, you say 1. All right, how are we going to get the exponent? So if you multiply all of this, right? In other words, just add the exponent. The 1 plus the next exponent, the 2 plus the last one, the 1. 1 plus 2 plus, don't you get 4? All right, we get 4 right here. All right, now this is even. What do we do? What do we do when it's even? When it's even, that means the graph going to open the same direction, either up, up when A is positive, either it will be down, down when A is negative. All right. In this case, A is positive, so we're going to open, it's going to start from up, and it's still going to be up. Right? It's going to start up, and it's going to end up. All right. So let's do this thing. So starting at up. So we say from -6, it has to cross. So when you come from the sky, cross, yoop, and then you hit the turn. All right, we are -2, cross, yoop, got it, right? And then for the +2, tangent. Here we are. Tangent means the parabola, right? This is, you haven't seen this yet. Just hit your parabola. Just no arrows yet. Just do a little, a little U-turn, the U-turn on the 2, and then yoop, yoop. There goes your graph. Look at that. Look at that graph. Man, we are getting better at this stuff. All right, let's keep going. I need to step it up. All right, so next one. -2, -2, -5, -5, +3, +3. All right, the A value is 2. Let's go ahead and put our 2 right there. Check. And the X, where my exponents. So I have a 1 right here, and I have a 2, and I have a 2. So 1 plus 2 plus 2. 1 plus 2 plus 2, that's 5. Single, boom. We already did odd. So this will be odd, and it looks like A is positive. So it starts from the bottom, going to the sky. So it starts from the bottom, going to the sky. Started at the bottom, now we're here. What? All right, so if you look at this 1 right here, 1, that means cross. 2, tangent. 2, tangent. All right, let's get our graph going. Doom, doom. Let's put our number. -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -5 point. -2, 1, 2. -2 point. And then 3. 1, 2, 3 point. All right, so we say we're going to start from the bottom, right? For -5, there's a tangent, there's a u, but we start from the bottom, so the u needs to go like boom right there. That's my u. You got it? All right, cool. So that's we're good with that. Next, a -2 needs to cross, so just hit your turn. Hit your turn. Whoop. There goes that turn. And then at 3, we have another tangent at 3, right? So we started at the bottom. The tangent at this goes the tangent here needs to open upward. Whoop, whoop, it is. We're done. Started at the bottom, now we're here. What? Let's move on. Last one. All right, last one. This is -2, -2. +1, +1. +4, +4. Got it. What's the a value? The a value is -1. All right, let's go ahead and put it. Boom. Add up the numbers. 2 plus 3 plus the invisible 1. That gives me 6. 6 is even. Remember what we talk about the even? So for even with the negative, it looks like they're both going to open down, down. So started down, ending down. All right, so this is for the -2. The exponent is 2 tangent. That one, it's 3. We finally have a wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We got it. And then this one right here is 1. That's just a cross. All right, so let's graph this thing. All right, -2, 1, 2, point. +1, point. +4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 right here. All right, so they're both gonna look down. So we started from the bottom, from the bottom, from the bottom. So tangent at 2. From the bottom, you hit your U-turn right there. Boom. And then turn somewhere, we need to go wiggle. Wiggle only means like a snake. So if you're wondering what a wiggle is, watch this. Wiggle. So like you just make a little snake right there. Boom. Right? Like a little random snake. It's not a cross. It's not like a perfect cross. It's like you flatten at 1 and then you hit back up. All right, cross at 4, bring it down. Boom. You done. We are done.